Hey, in tears of joy.
You gotta do this in real Twitch fashion. You gotta put up gifted subs. Alright, we're going. Okay, that's actually a very good point. Wylie doesn't have money.
I'm going to America in June. I can't afford these kind of gambles.
Alright, and we are off.
Here we go, gang. Here we go. Okay, duplicate play so far. Nothing too wild.
I mean, the wild part comes out when they hit the zone button.
Oh, yes,
never mind, she's forwarding. Okay, never mind, she's not forwarding. I thought that... Okay.
Tizago with the burn and then the S spin and then the Z spin.
So unnecessary.
So overkill. But here we have essentially a sort of side ties. No, it's a Kaiden, I believe. And that's a floating T-spin. No, it's a Fin with a L spin with Tetris.
Yeah, that was interesting from Tizago there. Love to see that flashy setup. And Star's at the top of the zone here, definitely looking for that higher clear. We see him slowing down.
The 21!
The curve. Wait, they both curved! Okay, so we have, to start us off, we have double curbs. If you were wondering why we want to see this matchup, this is it, because no one else does that. Alright, so Tizago's at the top of the board. That's not good. He's forced to burn a full zone at the top of the board. Okay, this does give Star a nice advantage here. Okay, calm down. Like, take a deep breath and let's keep going because Star is trying to curb again.
No, I'm doing no. Star.
Nice. Okay, that's a nice ulti. Nice ulti. So Tizago's half a zone here to deal with this. This is not at phase 3 yet, but Star is able to push this over into phase 3 with enough speed there. Reminder to those of you who maybe forgot or don't know, Star doesn't use dash. Star just taps.
The tank. The tank to row 26. Also was technically set up for an impossibility so they had more time. The high zones make me happy.
So I'm gonna call out the fact right there that Star was going slow because he taps and then that wasn't able to be converted to phase 3 garbage on time because Star was slow.
Foolish boy.
Maybe just...
Wait, Tizago's setting up. She's setting up for a swag tower. Oh my god.
Okay, so Star has a little bit of misstacking going on over here. There was a little bit of awkwardness in his setup that he had to bail out of. And so he's just starting this zone here a little bit on the back foot. So the advantage that Star had is kind of gone right now. And he's trying to gain it back, it's like a small combo in zone. Yeah, and we're pretty much even here.
Yeah, no, fairly neutral despite the flashy plays from the start. They've definitely satiated, you know, my desire for flashy plays. Now it's time to win.
Yeah, that is what phase 3 is about here, is trying to find the opening, trying to find the weakness there. And Star is stacking up so high right now. Tizago all the way at the bottom of the board with some T-spin setups. These are some nice garbage setup T-spins here from Tizago. Okay, both players in a pretty similar spot. Start with a little bit of Spire on the board, and that's a misdrop for sure.
Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that one.
Yeah, that one's not a good one, I will say. Okay, that's honestly, that's a nice resolve right there, but Tizago was fast and Tizago misdrops over the wall. Yeah.
The spin!
The fix is so cute there. I do love that. That does put a lot on the Star's board. He's IRSing his way into this next, and then the misdrops the JPs.
We are neutral. We're neutral at 4 minutes, gang.
Yep. That's what we told you was gonna happen. That's what's happening. Yeah. All right.
Who's in for the long haul? We are.
Yep. All right.
Oh, and that is that was a cross, I believe. That was a cross.
Star stacking up at the top of the board is definitely stressing me out a little bit right now. Tizago with the kind of more standard play lower on the board starts this zone, has some all spins in there. Yeah. So Star is going to have the opportunity here to build this up. I would say Star is at the disadvantage if we're in that phase 3 just because of Tizago's speed, but Star is that full zone. Yeah,
Color clear from Star.
And then, the misdrop.
That is just... they're both playing out of their minds right now. This is a great round one for the both of them. 32 and 15 does not cancel everything from Tizago. And Star is being forced to dig through. Yeah, 5 combo. It does neutralize basically everything. Creates, I believe that's technically a floating. Beautiful.
Tapping his way into a nice down stack. Here's Tizago. Oh no. She plonked that. She plonked the hell out of that PC. Oh, there's another one. Tizago trying to end it all with this zone here, trying to find PCs. That misdrop there is going to end the chain of PCs.
This will be 30.
Tizago
only 19?
Almost does nothing to Star's board. Star has a zone to respond with right now, and let's see what he's got.
This needs to be like a good 30, yeah. There we go. Okay, this could be lights out for the round one. Tizago does, however, have a quarter zone to deal with things. Is it going to be enough to cancel 30 attack? I don't think so. And that's going to be round one. And may I say, what a great round one it was. 200 zone APM from the both of them. Did anybody clip that? Did anybody clip that?
The double curb, guys.
The double curb. If that ain't clipped... Get it clipped, ship it to the Galactic channel right now.
All right, 6-3 up stack, almost identical from both sides at the very beginning there. Yeah, Tizago with a little bit of down stack. Both players not getting super ideal garbage, but Tizago turning that into a 3-6 stack with a misdrop, but that's okay.
I still need a moment to just process things. I feel like I've just had a life-changing experience. It's a lot.
Tizago with some cool T-spin setups in this zone. I do love to see it. A misdrop there that she's going to have to kind of recalculate a bit for. That's an interesting Z placement, but it works. Oh.
What the heck?
Yeah,
what was that? And that's going to put them in a big disadvantage. Yeah. Although it's all 9. It's all 9-0, so immediately send Star 9 garbage.
Yeah, 9-0 and the 2 eyepieces in the queue is exactly what Tizago needed there. Tizago covers the well, which is not ideal, but she's going to be able to open it back up before Star is able to send any attack, and especially with that misdrop, Star is not in a good spot right now.
I would beg to differ. They had a lot of really nice fixes all in a row there. They actually got them 21 attack. However, you are right in one thing. They're going to be in big trouble because Tizago has a full meter to work with, and for some reason has a slippery S-piece.
Yeah.
What? Anyway, and neutral. After all that, neutral.
Z-spin triple, I'm going to say. That's oh no, she missed.
That's an Among Us piece, I guess.
That was a C-spin. That was a C-spin that she had the pieces for and just misdropped. That was sad.
Oh, gang, this is such a close matchup.
There's the C-spin. 2T waste C-spin.
And they converted. They don't get the first C-spin, but they converted an SGC, which does get them the second one. Incredible.
All right, so this is 58,000 points for both sides right now. This is about to go into that phase 3. We're about to hear that ding. And Star's at the top here trying to find a better solution here. Tizago also nearing the top. Both players definitely looking for what they can do right now. All right, so there's the 50,000 or the 60,000 point mark, and there's going to be a teeny bit of garbage on Tizago's board. So that's going to leave us at a pretty even phase 3, which is where we started last time.
Yeah. For Taifu in chat, the way this game mode works, it's like regular versus Tetris. However, as you clear lines, you charge up the zone mechanic. That allows you to slow down time and temporarily stop sending or receiving attack. So everything just slows down. You have time to build one large attack up all at once and then send that in one big foul swing. Does that make sense? It's like a super ability in a way. It's like an ability that you send to just do one big attack rather than a few small ones.
I called it an ult earlier, like this was an FPS game, and that's actually like a valid.
It actually is fairly, yeah, but it also sounds really funny.
Yeah. But, all right.
The overhangless? No. That's a fractal! 49 and 18. That's really efficient. Love that.
Yeah, so this is not going to be the best place for Star, but okay, finding some nice, side ties. Oh, and I think Tizago might have their first round incoming because I don't see how Star survives this combo. Unless it breaks, which it does break here. It does break. Oh, and the misdrop from Tizago. If Star survives this, they can swing it back in their favor. Star just needs to survive. Ooh, finds the T-spin right there. debating the next one, finds the next one just barely in time, and is on the... Ooh, yeah, this is still a lot to come back from.
Yeah, but like, if they can dig out of this, I think they live. I think they live.
I think I can.
They don't get the Tetris. They don't get the Tetris. That's sad. That's very sad. Rip.
So sad.
However, Tizago's zoning, which means the star has time to recover. However, this is a full zone with 14. This is gonna be like a 30-something attack. 33. Oh my gosh. I think this is a little bit out of Star's reach.
That's it.
Wait.
No, it's not. I think that's it. Yeah.
And that's gonna be it. 1-1.
1-1.
God, moving mountains to kill Star, but Tizago does close out that round, making it 1-1. This is by far our closest and most exciting matchup. I'm losing my voice.
Harder. Insane, Travis.
Clench
I love
harder.
that. All right, so MS2 from Tizago. Sometimes MS2 can kind of catch you off guard. That MS2 PC has definitely killed me when I've played Tizago in ranked. And there is the MS2 PC. She's going for a second one, as she always does. But Star, who has a lot more foresight than me and has played Tizago a lot more than me, is ready for that MS2 PC.
Taifu, basically, as you clear lines, the zone meter fills up. If you use it, it slows down things, and you have time to send attack back. Okay.
I like how you just keep using less and less words.
Send attack, yes. Zone go bang. Cool.
Yep. All right. Cool. All right, we're going.
We're going.
And we have both players at max zone. Tizago at the bottom, kind of pulling an OSW strat right now of just not zoning. Star is going to be our first one to zone here. Tizago might start zone with this DT. DT
that would be nice.
3 wide. Yeah, DT.
That's the way.
3 wide.
Into a 2 wide.
Or 2 wide.
Oh no, they
does not
choose
even
to
go for the. Yeah.
This. I mean, they've got the T-spins they need. They just need to get the lines now. So definitely going for a 20, 58. 58, and it's quick. Call me kid. What? I see.
Star is an entire clan in chat. That's so cute. All right.
Gotta
so
cheer on the
Tizago with
boys.
the zone at the top of the board right there. That's not a great spot to be. Star does have a full zone here. Definitely got to think about using it. Star is a DT of his own, and let's that rip like a Beyblade. Let's go.
Tizago had the most elegant STSD I've seen in a long time. Meanwhile, like you said, Star is just ripping this zone. And I think they even have a 20. Yes, they do. A 58 echoing Tizago's earlier 58-20. They're so closely matched. I love it.
So Tizago has a giant Q impending while having a full zone here. Tizago could very well get through this, but this is where Star needs to continue putting forth that pressure. And all right, so that's a lot on Tizago's board, and she just slams that spacebar. Yep, that is going to be it for that third round.
Star, they're having significantly higher zone APM. They're doing the same that Tizago is, but just I think it's faster. They're very efficient, both of them, but Star is a little bit faster in that zone. Meanwhile, Tizago is keeping up, but not finding the right time to pressure, whereas Star is able to notice when to pressure and act on it. But they're so close. They could go either way. This could go either way.
I mean, that's what we expected from this matchup. That is what we are going to get here. You don't know what's going to happen round by round, which after some of the matches we've seen tonight are, it's refreshing. It's nice. Look forward to it in future days.
It's going to be a great week, everyone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Reminds me of
Tizago plonking, waiting for that last attack right there. All right, setting up a fractal for this zone. Yeah,
this will be good. This will be really good. Meanwhile, Star, I don't think it's being that efficient, but there are a lot of lines in this one. And actually, yeah, they get the 46 and 19. Not bad, but Tizago, I suspect we're going to see a little bit more from them. Oh. Yeah, 50-19, we get exactly one more. they're so even. It's amazing.
SDSC from Tizago right there. Yeah, both players definitely just trying to chug towards that phase 3.
Look at him go. Look at him absolutely tearing through these pieces. Tearing through these lines, building up their zone again. Star already back at full. And that's a fractal from Tizago. We've seen so many from them.
Yeah, Fractal, very nice move to use. Very clean. Star
another
misdrops.
elegant STSD. Another one.
Oh god.
Oh my god! Sorry?
3
Sorry.
wide.
Who sees that? And Star with a 3 wide. And Tizago doesn't find that curb, but they still get a 59 in 20. That's selfish. And look at the size of the chunk.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Star right now. Has a lot of garbage coming in, and yeah, this is tough.
Tizago is, oh my god, Tizago's like vision there, and then managing to find the fix, and then getting a 59 in 20 is bonkers, and that's gonna be 2-all.
Yeah, Tizago just able to take advantage of that right there. She has the speed. She can upstack that. She can just continue to layer on damage and send that messy phase 3 garbage, and that is going to be enough to close the round.
What a matchup. This is everything I wanted when I saw this in the lineup. My god.
Ooh, Star plonking the C-spin opener there from Tizago. That's bold considering where he's at on the board right now, but you know, he knows what he's doing and I don't, so.
That's so cool, dude. This is so cool. Look at him go! Ah! What an interesting move there from Tizago. They're gonna fix it with
that's looking very Season 2-esque.
Yeah, it was definitely not beneficial in this rule set. However, does showcase a little bit of spin skill, a little bit of skill indeed. Mm-hmm. A little bit of kick table understanding. I like.
Nice little donation there from Star. Probably going to downstack this a little bit more before starting zone. There is a hole in the stack there that's going to lead to Star zone being a little less efficient. And Tizago's just doing Tizago things. Then that zone's going to be cut off early. So both of them are going to be a little kneecapped this zone.
Oh, I think that Star has a 21 here. Am I right?
I wouldn't know.
No, they don't. Unfortunate. But a 49 in 20 is nothing to scoff at all. It does, however, give Tizago a lot of clean material to send straight back.
Yeah, that clean material is going to be very plenty right now until somebody brings that over into phase 3.
Speaking of which, I believe the next zone will do exactly that, Lyra, exactly that.
Depends on... Okay, so Star's zone being half zone and at the top of the board like that is probably not going to bring this into phase 3, but Tizago's board at the bottom there is going to bring this into phase 3. So Star's going to have to prepare for this, and this is not easy.
The kick on rows 20, 21, and 22 to kick that J in there using IRS. That was so cool.
Okay, so started everything he could there, but this is no. I think that's
pretty bad.
Yeah, that's
and you know, Tizago has a STSD to like that they're just gonna upstack too. They don't need to risk anything.
Oh,
and look at this. They basically have this round secured with this combo. Oh my god. How does Star survive this? Because I think it's possible. Right. I think it's possible, but it's gonna take a lot of work.
Okay, gets lucky right there with the overcharge.
Okay, if they just do what they need to do, they get the Tetris.
Wait, why do you have 3 clean garbage in the middle of that? That's not fair.
Yeah, this is like 3. That's a 1 in 100. What's going on?
That's not fair.
And they have a downstack.
Wait, what?
Wait, they're alive. How are they alive?
Star, what?
Star, what's going on here? This was a guaranteed round. Wait, what?
What?
How did they win that?
What? I thought that was over like 4 times.
Tizago had the entire middle of the entire size of the boards set up. They had an STSD and then a little bit of hesitation swung the round. What the hell? It's match point towards Star instead of Tizago. Tizago's on the ropes. Wait, what's happening?
Tizago is on the ropes, but she has half zone here, so that is not going to slow her down. She doesn't even need to use that half zone. She's got that clean garbage. She knows that she can just stack through it, and Star does have that full zone. Both players with that full zone. Star, oh my god, stop doing that.
I'm blown away. I don't know what to say.
I can tell you're up and across the room right now, but
my head is light-headed. That was a sentence.
Good job.
Thanks. I've been working really hard on my English. It's not my main language.
Both players at the top of the board. Tizago. What?
Tizago. Is that match?
I think that she is quarter. This
Tizago,
is not over.
Do a lot of work here. This may not be over just yet.
But this is gonna come in as clean. Oh no, she can't get to that. That's it.
I think that's gonna be it, ladies and gentlemen.
John Tetris himself. That is an insane chat message right there. That was exciting. That was exciting. Sadly for the fans, we did not get to see that go to tiebreaker, but
that was sick. That was so cool.
That was sick. No, that was sick. That was good. That was a good one. A very storied matchup, but you know, STAR takes this round in their never-ending